I knew that was coming. I know it was coming. That's what I meant to do.
You're like really behind the camera, like 5, 4.
Yeah, but after you get to 3, you gotta be real quiet.
Alright, so this is basically going to be a very loosely structured episode because I was like, came up with it on the fly. Today's episode of House Wine is brought to you by Apothic Red. We bought it. We're not sponsored. We're just trying different wines because we got time. Nothing's open in Pennsylvania, so we got a lot of time on our hands. It's a winemaker's blend, a 2018. It's rich and smooth. It's California. Very, very dry wine. It says it has layers of dark fruit, mocha, and vanilla in it. And
I was wondering
you can definitely taste the layers of flavors that they got going on in there. It's not too sweet because we are 30 and we are out of that. I want my wine to taste like a slushy thing. We don't need that type of energy in our lives.
Besides the fact they can't make nothing strong enough that we like this sweet.
What is the percentage in this?
13.5.
This is 13.5 apparently.
Oh, that it should be on. Oh,
That is. That said it.
Right here?
That's 2018.
No, never mind. That would be some percentage of 2018.
It said 13.5.
It probably is.
We'll believe you on that because
Hold on, I'll find it.
it's
Hold
super
on.
dark.
Please don't try to find it and spill it all over the table.
No, I'm not, because it's all the way down here. Hold on, I found it.
No, you didn't.
Yesterday I did, and I showed it to you.
She said yesterday. Today she can't find
I feel like nowadays that's all we buy. We check for the percentage. And that's all we buy.
it. We'll just say it's 13.5. we'll believe you that you found it yesterday. If you don't know, I am Sade, also known as Day, at Just Day on most social media. On Twitter, I am OMG, it's Just Day. We're not going to talk about why Twitter's different because Twitter wants to be special.
It's very, very special.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all should know who I am by now. It is AngelleeTV. Yes, I use my YouTube name just because. Oh yeah. This is because we got a new kitten. Okay. No, it's really not. This was production stuff. This is what happens when you're trying to rig lighting that wants to fall, so then you forget that you have all this dang duct tape. Oh, I had hands on it. Oh. Yes, it's AngelleeTV. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, smash that like button. Tell a friend. Go check out our My House Wine page on Instagram where we post all of our latest announcements for our new episodes, behind the scenes footage, and all kinds of other little tidbits and ta-das and things.
I just want to throw it back and forth.
Yeah, we're gonna make, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna make like a little thing for every time you drop, and we're gonna put it to music and speed it up.
I didn't even know she was stopping me. No, wait. I thought, she was saying, okay, now it's your turn.
Because you can never get to your intro anyway. I think we're going to start pre-recording your intro, popping it in there.
I got it. Hi.
Something's wrong with it.
Okay, stop. Okay, I got this. Serious face.
It ain't never going to work. Every episode.
Okay, I got it.
Like this.
Hi.
No more for you. You got it? Come on. Your name is. Never mind. Oh, also.
No, I got it.
Well, go then.
Hi.
No more wine for her. You can't. You over here.
My name is McWilson89 on Instagram. Follow me.
Yeah, because that's her name. That's literally her name.
What were you going to say?
I was gonna say we gotta give a big shout out to Lee's Creations who designed these wonderful cups.
We love you.
Yes, if you need cups, if you need shirts, if you need anything customized for your business or your party or anything that you just want any logo on it, Leaks Creations has it for you. Go follow them on Instagram. Go check out their website. They are an LLC, so they are legit. And thank you again, Leaks Creations.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, y'all. Woo!
Wait, hold on, wait. Do it again. Do it again. Love you.
I can't. You gonna choke? For real?
Alright, so this episode is a mixture of a pandemic update and it is also a current events episode.
That's right.
Because we had other episodes lined up, but I was like, it's about time to give people an update and check in on our well-being.
Cause we're in Pennsylvania. If a lot of you don't know, you should know, but we are in Pennsylvania, so everything here is
Pretty much closed.
yeah.
On lockdown.
Despite what we are green, as the governor said, but restaurants are only open to 25% capacity.
Right.
So you're not really going to a restaurant, you're just going to do takeout. Like if I owned a restaurant, the smart thing to do would be to close my dining room because I would save on overhead costs and I would make sure everything was safe by doing takeout only, but that's my opinion.
Yeah, because anybody
Most
sitting in
of-
the dining room. Yeah.
Most of the like things you can do for leisure is closed or they have capacity limits and you have to plan, do a lot of planning before you decide to go. Like you can't just show up at Kennywood anymore.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah, I
though
heard
they're
that.
closing on Labor Day.
Like,
Yeah.
you literally need to sit there and select. You have to go online, select the time that you're wanting to go, or what times are available, and then you go.
Yeah.
That's how deep it is here.
But it makes us comfortable because with things being closed, mostly there's nowhere to go but home mostly.
I was waiting on you to say something like some bright somewhere, and you were like, "There's nowhere to go but."
home.
And I work from home, so I come over here. I was like, I'm creating a pandemic bubble full of
Yeah.
only the people that I
And
trust.
creating a pandemic bubble is like very trustworthy because like
We know who's gonna show up.
yeah, you know who's gonna show up, you know who's clean, you know who sat there, went and got tested. We all get tested on a regular. But it's like there's a lot of people out there that don't find it important to get tested.
Or the social
Or-
distance, or stay.
Yeah.
Just, you know, it's. I understand that we're used to a certain norm. We're used to going around people and partying, and it's hard to break that. But when you consider the fact that you're putting other people in danger, I feel like it's a no-brainer just to be like, all right, I'm gonna chill until we figure out a way to make it so it's safe to be around other people.
I only went to one small gathering, and that was Tanya's house. And the only reason I trust Tanya is because she works in the healthcare industry. Her daughter is immunocompromised.
Oh, you went to a cookout?
No, I didn't go to the cookout. The cookout was this weekend. I went to a small gathering at her house, and she required everyone to wear masks.
Yeah.
And there was food, but everyone had to stay outside. I was like, she got a big old yard,
And a lot of people get like,
and when you work at a hospital, you get the good stuff to take home.
Like I always had a whole bunch of stuff and everything. Like I had stuff to protect and everything, but that was back then.
She had
Back then.
OCD before the pandemic, so she was like, I hope things stay like this after the pandemic. Everything's so clean. People are staying away from me. She's like, my anxiety, I don't have to worry about
you don't
that.
have to worry about nobody reaching out, trying to grab your hand and shake hands, being all up in your face.
Someone told me I was beautiful, and I had a mask on. I was like, you can't even see my face.
That's what they looking at your spirit, girl.
The other half of my face could be really terrible.
Yo, you gotta get some prosthetic teeth and put it in your life. My real girl, you think I'm cute? We like one off of every living color. Like, you don't know, I can have a full beard under here.
So we've been green since about, was it like May? We've been green since about May. We can't have any more like events with more than 100 people outside. And what's the number for inside?
50.
50 people.
I think it's 50, 70 times, but it's like
Allegheny County and Pennsylvania have different
Yeah.
standards. For Allegheny County, it is 100 outside,
and 50 on the inside.
50 on the inside. It's very confusing, so people are like, I'm just not going to have an event because I don't know the numbers. PA is like 250, but outside, and
That's what it was. So I heard that number.
250 is
So
Pennsylvania.
it might be 25 on the inside and 100 outside. It
I
might be
think
that
so.
because I think the 50. No, it's 75 and 250 for PA. I think, and then Allegheny County, it's like 100.
You want to know the crazy thing is? Outside, no matter how big your outside is, that number still stands. How big or how little. That's what I'm trying to emphasize. You could have the smallest outdoor patio in your restaurant, and you could still have up to 100 people crammed out there.
That's not good.
Yes.
That's,
No, it's like that's
not
exactly
good.
how people try to sit there and
so sad.
not wanting to do that, they decide to disobey what the rules are and have over the capacity inside their place just because of money and not because of you're trying to stay safe and keep people safe.
Most of the schools in our area, they're doing virtual only learning to the point where our local school district, they're giving out desks and chairs for the kids to take home. Like, you can have a desk and a chair. You don't need to be here. And I was so proud of Woodland Hills. I graduated from there. It was a small amount, but I donated to their laptop fund because they knew they were going to need laptops. Like this summer, they were prepping. They were like, we know this is not going to be over by the time like school comes back around, because it did hit, like when it first hit, it hit at the end of the school year. They didn't have enough laptops then, but now not every household, every kid that goes to Woodland Hills has a laptop. Like,
But
we
see,
made
now the problem is, like you were saying earlier, is now you got to make sure that all these kids got internet access.
The good thing is Comcast Essentials has been coming through and offering a discount for the people in the area. I will appreciate that.
It's kind of like just things have changed.
Mm-hmm.
And with the things changing, I feel like, infrastructure and schools and the way that we do things has to change with it so that these things can work. And I feel like a lot of places, they don't understand and they're not doing it. They're like, oh, well, we didn't think of that. Well, you have to.
Thank goodness that we have people in companies that are stepping up in our area, and as opposed to other places in the country where there are people not stepping up, and that technology gap is bigger than it's ever been. Like, it's irresponsible to send kids to school, because you see what's happening with the college students. Some of the colleges they were only open for 3 days, and they had to close down. Like,
Because they started getting cases.
Now, but it's like now, colleges, it's like kids will come and they stay on campus, but you're not actually going to class. It's all virtual.
yeah, so even those kids eventually got sent home.
That's what your niece has.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for her to get. Because apparently Ohio is open.
Some schools they put their kids on campus and they were virtual, and then their cases went up because even though the kids are only virtually in class, after class they are still on campus and they are still going to parties because
they're still wanting to hang out with their friends and they're still doing what
they want the college
normal.
experience.
Yeah,
And that's what we hear a lot on the news and stuff. Like they interview these college students, and they were giving their opinion on how they felt about not being completely virtual and how they felt about going back to class. And a lot of them said, we understand it's a pandemic, but I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm here for my college experience. I'm glad that they're allowing us to go to class. And then like 3 days later, they shut the school down because there's no way to control it.
Because all college students are young,
Kids.
they are older kids that can drive and they can drink. Hopefully they're not doing it at the same time. But impose control on campus, because college is not the real world. That's what I learned about college. It is a break from the real world. It's a 4-year break before you get thrown into the real world.
Yeah.
It might prepare you on how to, like, if you're smart, it'll teach you how to hustle. Like, I was like, I had 3 jobs in college because I was like, I need money. I need to pay for these dorms.
It'll definitely snap you, like, like, especially with, like, class and stuff, it's almost like it'll teach you how to hustle, because a lot of times, like, your first year, you should be going hard, but a lot of people don't. Like, they go to college, and that first year, they're like, yeah, I'm here to party, and then they realize their grades have reflected that party, and then they just have to pull up, because you have to. Like, your grades are reflecting what you've done, so you have to take responsibility, because these professors are not with it. You're like, look, I'm failing you.
But it's
get
like,
an F.
my college experience, it's like, like, everyone says, once you go to college, that's the real world, you'll actually grow up or whatever. But to me, whenever I went to college, it was just the preparation for outside.
It
Like,
wasn't
whenever
really
you graduate.
It wasn't even that for me. It was just one big bubble. It was a pause on life, a 4-year pause, where we partied, we went to class, we didn't have to worry about anything. Like, we went to class in our pajamas. We didn't have to worry about anything because we had everything would figure itself out that 4 years in college.
Yeah. Until school is over. And then you're like, oh, wait.
Yeah,
you mean I gotta actually.
And then it all hits you.
Yeah, wait. You mean to tell me I have to, like, put on clothes?
A lot of people, they worry about their GPA. That's all they have. And I was like, oh, I struggled, and my GPA might not have been that high, but I learned, and I took a lot of stuff to the real world with me that I needed. I needed the stuff that wasn't in class to happen, because that is the most education that you definitely will take with you. The American system is flawed. One thing we are learning about these education systems in these schools that are sending these kids back on campus is they want their money. That's all they're worried about. Oh, what about our football team? First of all, college is not a football school. Someone online said college, I'm starting to learn, is it's a sports arena that teaches classes as a side hustle on the side.
Because that's the first thing they started talking about on the news. They weren't really talking about the education part. They were talking about, well, what's going to happen with sports? What's going to happen with football? And I'm like, I feel like that's the least thing you should be worrying about. How are you going to keep these people safe?
And not only that, but they sit there and even the kids' programs, activity programs and stuff. They're like, oh, well, my kid has to be out the house and be in these programs and everything. Like, my kid needs to be on the football team, on the soccer team, on the baseball team.
I feel like more parents need to understand that school is not parenting. You cannot send your children to school and expect for these teachers to parent your children. So this is kind of like a wake-up call. You have to now step up full time and parent.
All those parents that always said, I could do a better job than your teacher, here is your chance.
Prove it!
Here's your chance.
There you go! Do that!
I'd rather a kid be a little academically behind
Listen,
and
I don't
alive,
care if you don't know calculus.
and alive than go to school and catch something and not... He or she might not die, but they might kill somebody else.
Or they might die.
Exactly. I'd rather... They can catch up later.
Yeah, because don't nobody want it.
Just do the best you can with the technology that
It makes
you have.
parents step up. It makes them take accountability for... And I
Their
know it's hard.
education.
Yeah, I know it's hard because a lot of these parents, they've been out of school for
They
knows
don't
how
know
long.
nothing about nothing.
Yeah, and some of them haven't finished, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
But there is something wrong when you've gotten so dependent on the system
That you're not even going to try.
You ain't even going to attempt. Listen, there are programs out there that will walk you through the steps and help you. There are people out there that will video conference with you and help you.
Some companies have reached out to their employees, are like, hey, you can work from home since you got to school-age kid at home.
Yeah.
So the companies that can do telework here in Pennsylvania are doing it.
Yeah.
And I applaud them for that because they understand the dynamics of, hey, I have a kid at home. What am I supposed to do with this kid?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been on hella conference calls at work, and there's been a kid in the background. A lot of my coworkers have kids.
Yeah.
And some of them even interrupt the virtual meetings. Sometimes.
And it's fine because I think it makes everybody more human. It makes them like, this is real life.
Mm-hmm.
These people that you go to work with every day have a whole nother life at home. They have kids, they have husbands, they got stuff going on, and it just really brings, even though we're social distancing, it does bring us together because now you see the struggle. It's like, nah, I never thought about the fact you really got 3 whole kids, and now you gotta
It's not necessarily
3 kids.
the
Like,
kids that, like, people also have to think, yeah, the kids are suffering from doing this virtual learning, especially the kindergartners and the first graders.
Mm-hmm.
But you also have to think about the teachers who are older and they don't have the technology skills to figure this out, but they're doing the best they can.
Mm-hmm.
So the teachers need to do the best they can, and the parents it needs to be a team effort.
Yeah,
All
they
that
have to be understanding.
all that
to this.
time that all those parents were not going to parent-teacher conference, the parent-teacher conference has come to your house.
Right.
So
It's here, not. Like, real talk.
all that time that the teacher was like, little Timmy is this, that, and the third.
And you were like, well, you figure it out. Well, now you figure it out. I'm not figuring out nothing. You figure it out.
Because life just got hard.
I'm just looking at this bottle because I'm warm and I'm like, are we sure this is it is 13? It's very good. Very good. I would recommend that. That's
Thank
the one.
you, Dan.
You're welcome.
I can imagine
So
having a
Wednesday,
kid and having to
Wednesday for
teach
lunch,
them something.
we're having the Vault Tap Room.
Where is the Vault Tap Room?
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to the Vault Tap Room since you're on camera. We're coming. When we coming? When we going to
We're
see them?
Wednesday.
Wednesday, we're coming. Now, by the time this goes up, it probably won't.
We'll have passed.
We'll,
But it's on East Carson Street, and since I don't eat pork, they have some of the best vegetarian drunk food that I have ever tasted. Like, after a night out on Carson Street before the pandemic, I tried some of their food, and I was like, these are vegetables? I was like, this is what I need in my life.
Now, a lot of you guys probably don't know, but when we say Carson Street, that is like our equivalent of like Bar Road. Like, they have all kinds of clubs and bars and, things like that. So when you go up and down Carson Street, you're going to get drunk. So
For some reason, the city of Pittsburgh allowed for all those liquor licenses to be issued on the same street for blocks and blocks and blocks. And that is what we call Carson Street.
Southside. That's the first thing I learned when I got here. Like, when I went to college, like, everybody kept talking about, oh, we're going to the South Side. I was like, I was raised not to go to the South Side. You don't go to the South Side. But, I mean, this is Pittsburgh. I'm from New York. So I'm like, I don't go to the South. The South Side's where it's at. It's where all the bars is at.
It's literally where all the bars are.
It's literally a strip of bars. It's like the Vegas of bars. It's just nothing but bars.
And when people complain about Carson Street, I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? It's a strip of bars.
It's a place.
Right.
Don't go to Carson Street if you don't drink. There's no point.
You
Don't
have
go
to
there
be
with your friends thinking I'm gonna be sober. I'ma just go. It's no point. You should stay home.
And you must be over the age of 21 to do so.
Unless you feeling froggy. Go on out there and
You
try
won't
it.
be let in.
Yeah, because they ain't with it.
Some of them let you in at 18.
You
You just can't drink.
gotta figure that out. It's your life. I ain't saying, I'm just saying.
This is the first year that there won't be a drunken parade of costumes for Halloween on Carson Street.
There
Because
won't
all,
be a bar crawl.
all the bars are literally still closed.
So sad.
All the bars are closed in PA.
Oh.
They've been closed for quite some time. So we've been drinking at home. That's why we started house wine.
I'm sorry, something really just touched my leg and I didn't know what
Wait,
it was.
do you see her?
Look.
It's the cat.
There's a
The
tail.
cat wanted to be in the
There's
show.
a furry tail under your butt. I was like, what?
chat wanted attention.
Hey, Velvet, you woke up? You up now?
He's so cute.
So, where are we now in this pandemic? We're just sitting along for the ride. PA won't open up until they feel it's safe to open up, and I trust our governor enough to be like,
I'm okay with that. Honestly,
even though Agent Orange was here yesterday, he was here yesterday, and he said PA should open up because he wants to save the businesses. I'm like,
if he want to save some business, he need to reach into his little wallet and pull out some money.
Not only that, if he wants to save businesses and so forth, he shouldn't have had over 1,000 people at the cop picking rally.
Hey, look, Mr. Orange.
Without masks on.
Well,
Let me just add that real quick.
Mr. Orange, we don't like you.
throw some money at these businesses.
Yeah, if you really in it, all that money you got, and I met you way back when, so if you watching, I want you to know, remember me, you won't, but it's okay, because I know you got mad money, so if you really about it, get these people some money, write a check, be like, you know what, I'm getting ready to give $50 billion to all these small businesses so they can stay afloat during this pandemic.
And there is no economy if there aren't any people.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd rather we stay where we're at until we are confident that we can sustain, like, our health.
Yeah,
our health.
because unfortunately we got another, according to talk, we're supposed to get a second wave.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's supposed to be flu season.
It's going to be different for every state.
Yeah. And I'm like,
But the Northeast has been doing a very good job according to the United States map. Because
we just gotta have, I feel like we need to start, you know how they have those classes for like CPR and first aid, we need a mask wearing class. Like a literal, like it should be mandatory that they send groups of people to like these mask wearing classes where they show you exactly where your mask should be, kind of like when you do a CPR, where your hand should be, where your mask should be above your nose, where it should be.
Also, PSA. Face shields. Not good. Face shields alone, not safe.
You mean that little plastic plexiglass
Yes,
thing?
not safe for you, not safe for anyone around you.
Oh, I saw somebody like that at the store, and I'm looking at it like,
It's not going to do
you do realize that the air can go around and under, and somebody sneeze. Did y'all not see Outbreak? The particles could go around, up under. It could just get you.
It could go up under. It could go down, like over
I'm
the
like,
plastic.
If you
thing.
want a face shield, you still got to wear a mask.
Yeah, like this lady literally, and I mean, I'm sure she thought that she was like real hot stuff, because she's walking in there real confident with her little Ebola virus half mask thing on. I was like, ooh, you think you hot stuff? You gonna get it.
Also, if it doesn't cover your nose, it doesn't count.
Except I don't like.
So people wearing it under here, or
like you're not keeping people safe.
Nah.
Like you're saying here, you're wearing it around here. You're just around here. You don't wear your mask that way. You have to cover your nose too.
Also, reversible mask. Reversible mask. You should not wear a reversible mask, and then after you wear it,
reverse it.
Reverse it.
You should wash it in between reversing it.
It does not work that way.
I'd never even heard of that.
Neither did
reversible.
I.
What?
That's
Idiot.
the thing.
What?
There are people out there wearing reversible masks, and after one use, it's this way, and they say, "Oh, it's dirty. I'm gonna put it on the other way."
So you just putting the germs on it?
You're putting the germs in.
Here's a perfect thing. Would you ever, if you had reversible drawers, would you do that? Would you wash them first and then reverse them?
No, wait. Will you take them off?
Yeah,
turn
reverse
them
them.
inside out and put them back on?
Yeah.
And
Y'all
lastly,
know what I'm talking about. Don't act like y'all don't, because y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. You would never do that, because you know what's on the other side.
And lastly, the masks, they look very cool. I had one at the start of this, and then I did my research, and I was like, I don't need this in my life. The ones with the valves that let air out, yeah, they're not good.
Because they don't work. They say that they're, first of all, when this whole thing first started, when they were telling us to wear masks, they said you need the N95 or P100 mask because of the filter. And then they found out, wait, we can't just do that because no one can get it. And it was all sold out. So then they said, okay, well, fine. You just got to wear a regular mask, but you can put a filter in it. Well, these masks that y'all are buying with these little fake vents or whatever, there's no filter in there. It's
you
not
can
doing
put filters in there.
Yeah, but they're just wearing them without it.
No, like the one I have actually has a filter.
Yeah, yours has a filter. I'm talking about the
even
ones.
the ones with the filters in it are not good because it's letting the air out apparently, and it's not helping. You're only helping yourself. It's a selfish person's mask.
Right.
You're only protecting yourself. You're not protecting
Especially if
people
it's
around
not
you.
the prop, like they're masks like the ones that you wear. You can insert the proper type of filter. These masks that y'all are buying that say they have a filter already in them, you don't know what that it has in it. It's not a 3M product. You're letting all of that out. You're letting it all out. We don't want your heebie-jeebies.
Okay. So now that that PSA out of the way, wear a mask. Hopefully your mask doesn't have filter, face shield, or any of the things that I just said before. Yeah. Just wearing around your nose, your ears, your chin securely. If you have a beard, try the best that you can. I'm not going to tell people cut their beards.
I am. What does that say?
It did say something.
Oh, it said something. And I think we went
Battery's low.
It probably is.
Do you got another battery?